Boom. Welcome back to the waviest podcast in the UK. Real talk, true stories. The best in the business. The council estate's favourite. The barbershop's best. You know the rest. Discograhy Talk. EP2 officially, yeah? We're back, man. You know what, yeah? Blame me for the setup, yeah? Because I told you last time it's off the rip, off the cuff. But I'm going to invest in it, you know, the setup. I don't feel like I'm going to make it unorganic and move location. But I'm going to buy some mad lighting and equipment and that. So bear with, man, still. You get it. We're going to come with it. But Discograhy Talk. As you know, in the last EP, we covered grime. You know, Mac 10 The Essence and bringing back grime music instead of it being just nostalgia based. Shout out Jay Wing. He hit me up, said, yo fam, I've got new shit out there myself. You know what I mean? Go check it out. So check his shit out. You know what I mean? Monkey, so Monk Stuff from Nasty Crew hit me up, said he totally agrees. He's been saying it for a minute, like where's the new music instead of just like the nostalgia. And he's one of the coldest. East London know that, man. He may not be the most popular, but he's one of the coldest bar for bar, innit? So come through the show soon, monks, yeah? Respect, man. Yeah, a few people hit me up though, you know. Johnny Cash said he's got new stuff out. So yeah, man, go run that up, man. Let's get into it, man. Discograhy Talk EP2. It's your boy ASB, the unbiased tyrant with the realest take for the real to relate. Mr. If I said it, I said it. I still don't edit. We back. Now, boom. Let's start with a bit of bashment today, yeah? Well, you know, Beanie Man said it's dancehall. It's not called bashment. So I can't say he's wrong. He's right. I'm wrong. But you know, UK. You know, we go to the bashment, like the Tudor Rolls and that. But really, we used to say they play bashment on the flyers and that as well, you know, like, but really it's dancehall. But yeah, man, anyway, either way, go check out your boy Mel Vibes. Yeah? Mel Vibes. Just dropped a banger, you know. Like, the tune's been circulating for a minute, audio, but now he's dropped the video. Yeah? And if you don't know about Mel Vibes, let me give you a little something, man. So, your boy ASB is in the video. Right at the start there. Posted, me and my boy A Billion, Caesar. Do you get it? On the 90s blocks of Brooklyn. You lot know I'm in BK, and when I'm over there, that's where I'm at, man. 90s, one of the illest places in East Flatbush, bordering Brownsville and that. So, yeah, man. Obviously, Mel Vibes got a tune called Brooklyn Badness. So he went through all of the hoods in BK, shot pieces of the video by the Pop Smoke Memorial, and you know, all over the gaff in it, and it's picking up traction online. People are really doing like a lot of TikTok challenges and stuff like that to it, yeah. But the tune's cold, you know. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's over the NY's Girl Rhythm, and I know the NY's Girl Rhythm right now is proper going off. The girl love that one, you know. So make sure you check this out, yeah, because you know what, for me, yeah, let me give him a little snip. I don't want to get copyrighted though. Check, yeah. You need to know the thing. In New York, I just blah da da, blah da da da. Switch on the thing and just blah da da. In New York. Set the flow though. The ramp with no man from Brooklyn. Gun thing, me I tell you man thing. No fronting. So man, go check that out, man. He's doing bits. I can't lie, he's doing bits still. But yeah, 90s. Shout out the 90s man them. Hot 93rd, Spotlight, you know, G-Stro, Caesar, Danger, Case, OJ. You know the thing, man. That's real talks. So go check. That's a big tune. Obviously, if we're reviewing music and we're talking music, can't skip that one there. I mean, your boy's in the video. Go run it up, man. But yeah, let's move on to I think the hottest album that's out now since we last done an episode. Because when we last done the episode, we was kind of in nostalgia mode with Big L, Harlem, Return of the King, the Infinite Mobb Deep album. So basically like the Nas Mass Appeal run. But just after that, yeah, I can't lie. Like real good album dropped, you know. Your boy G Herbo, yeah. He came with the realness, man. An album's called Little Herb. You might have seen him on Jada and Joe promoting it. Now, G Herbo, it's a funny one, you know, because if I really keep it too real, I'll say when G Herbo first come out, I didn't think he was that good. I used to think he rapped a little bit kind of like shouty and not quite on the beat. Like just, you know, like, you know, but when youths are coming from the streets and they're drillers, and they're really from the place where drill was invented and that. A lot of the time, they're not going to be the most technical, gifted rapping wise, like word for word, bar for bar, flow for flow, but they're going to give you some realness from the streets. Too real, in fact, like a realness that I wouldn't wish on the young brothers. You know what I mean? But the thing with that, it's like Herbo, he had Little Bibby with him at the time, and Little Bibby, he had the mad pause, but you get me? He had the, but when I see him, young light skin you know, I was like, what? Little Bibby, you know? He was dropping tapes back then. Like, I was rating his thing then, still on the, what's that Piff era, you know what I mean? But then, even Little Dirk back then, bruv, to be honest with you, weren't really feeling it like that. I think Little Dirk got way better when he got more melodic later on, after the Coke Boys era and that. But then if we go talk about Herbo, over the last few years, maybe since like 2018 or something, he's improved, for me, year on year. Not just like, good album, then go backwards. Like, he's actually improved his craft, where you can tell the young brothers tried to come out of the hood, because their thing's serious, you know. You know, one of the things I'll say, yeah, we talk about Trap Law Ross and some of his documentary work. He gets a lot of backlash for being a bit too policey and a bit too Jakes and Feddy. But, you know, the Reddit King does make some serious watches. And one of the most interesting documentaries that he done on Chicago for me was the Herbo one, the No Limit one. That one there, you know what I mean? Them man there, you know, they came from a serious place and they had serious ops. They got pressured. They reacted, you know, and things happened and they've got a story to tell. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying. They've got a story to tell. Love it or hate it. It's just real. So Little Herb is his old name. So the album Little Herb for me is his best work yet. This is Herbo's absolute best work. It's a great album, bro. If you see this, 5-star salute from the UK. You know, we know about drill in London. We understand drill properly as well. We're not just hearing it and thinking this. We know the pockets, bro. So you're in pocket better than ever, my boy. So no disrespect, all respect. You're really doing your thing. I really like the whole album, bro. It's really hard to really pick top songs. You know, my personal favorite on the album is One Chance. One Chance is the perfect song that I'm into, you know, with the right sample, the right drums, the delivery, the pain, the essence. And I love that song, man. And then there's moments on it as well where he's going to link Wycliffe Jean and got the emergency, which is 911. Someone please call 911 from back in the day, which is actually one of my favourite Wycliffe songs of all time. Big tune. Like, I used to sing my heart out to that song, bruv. Pause. Is that a pause? No, it's not a pause. It's gangster, innit? But that, because I loved Mary J. Blige, man. That's what it was as well. So, allow me. But anyway, yeah, that one's big. Longevity is big on there. Even the intro every night's big. But obviously what he's done, which is sick on the thing, is that he's got the Went Legit on there as number 15 on the extended version. Because how could you not use that, bro? Went Legit was the anthem of the rap anthem of the year, really. One of them. Up there. Like with that Kanye West Drive Slow sample. But I liked it more. And it's mad because obviously hip hop is, like, people could be like, how could you like that one more than the original? But Kanye's isn't the original. Hip hop is sample based music. Do you understand me? So I just liked it, man. I thought it was very cold, man. And I think it was probably one of the most used Instagram reel music, man. Went Legit's cold. But again, he's got Anderson .Paak on there, who I think is an outstanding artist, man. I think he's an outstanding artist with super talent, man. Done a lot of work with Dr. Dre and also my man, innit? You know, the pop artist Bruno Mars. So, yeah, man, good album, bro. Little Herb extended. His best work yet. I think he's really grown up as a person. You know, he's grown since the albums, the formal albums, you know, even like PTSD and stuff like that, you know. He's come a long way, man. And I really like this project. I think it's brilliant, man. I think it's his best yet, and I wish him much more success. Hopefully when you come to the UK, brother, we get to interview you on Real Talk True Stories and chop it up. But yeah, man, keep doing your thing, man. Respect, man. You get it. But yeah, man, in terms of new music, I'm not going to lie. It was a little bit of a quiet week. I was there kind of like on Friday, hovering on like new releases and that, trying to listen to music to force it, you know, like let me just review something. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, even looking through it now, right now, it's like, there's a lot of pop that came out. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of pop, there's a lot of house. But if we go by genre and stuff like that, hip hop didn't really have too much releases in it. I'm gonna double check it because you know the thing, innit? We have to keep it thorough. Let me see. D Block Europe dropped PTSD 2. I'm gonna come back to that one because I haven't listened to it. It'd be unfair for me to even hover on that and talk about it. But I missed that one. You know what I mean? Oh no, cool. Let's talk about Meek Mill. So your boy Meek Mill's back with Indie Pack, Volume 01 EP. It's an EP, 4 songs. Meek. It's been a rough journey for him over the last couple. Got roped into the whole, you know, the Diddy thing and all that, which is peak. Had a few isms and that with people from his hometown on Twitter and little whatever, all of that. But musically, it's been quite quiet. The thing he done with Ross a little while back was cool. It was alright. That last album he done with the Blue Art, the Train one, that was cool. That was a good album actually. But it kind of, I don't know, man, it's been a while since he put out like a body of work where I think he was experimenting with his sound a lot. You know, he was definitely experimenting with his sound. His voice for me changed a little bit. His flow and that, he got a bit lighter. Like, you know what I mean? Where he used to be a bit more shouty and not shouty because he had the, you know what I mean? No, he used to project it a bit more like that. But Expensive Pain was good. That's the album I'm on about. Too Good to Be True with Rick Ross was cool in 2023. Wasn't bad. It didn't last long in my rotation, but it was cool. So yeah, I know he's done Survivor's Guilt, which was a cool song, and that was with your boy G Herbo. I know he's had little moments like the Who Decides War EP and whatnot. But let's talk about this one because it's interesting. Because I listen to it naturally because I rate Meek's music, regardless of antics and whatnot. And I thought, you know what? It sounds good. It actually sounds good. And how far we came. For me, I heard it and I drove to it and pulled it up twice. And I thought he's in his bag right now. That's it. That's him in pocket right there, you know. Then like a day after, I noticed that a lot of people that I follow on Instagram who's from America and stuff was all using it as the music for their posts on Instagram and on their story and whatnot. And I felt like, yeah, Meek's got one. Meek's definitely got one. How far we came, he's got one. So salute to Meek. They only got Friday on there as a feature. Friday's vocals go crazy as well. So maybe Meek's getting ready to, you know, make a serious return to the rap game. But I really enjoyed that song. That's the pick of that EP for me. I really like that, man. Haven't got into Wale's album. So maybe next time we'll talk about that. Not really like someone that I kind of listen to much, but for the sake of me doing this show, no problem, man. We'll get into that next time. So that's all the albums that really came out that are notable to me. So let's because it's Discog Talk, what I want to do is I want to cover something that come up on the last actual episode of Real Talk True Stories. So this EP's Hot Pick Classic. So every time we do one of these, if there's not enough new music out, we're going to do the Hot Pick Classic and do the pull up rewind selector segment. Yeah.
Pull up, reload, rewind, selector. Man can't chat in my sector. You can't run gums round here. What you mean like Skepta?
Yeah. So this week, pull up rewind selector. Yeah. 50 Cent. Get Rich or Die Tryin. What more can I say, man? A lot. Let's rewind and tell you why I chose this one this week. Because I could have saved this one for when I get the new camera and the lighting and that, yeah. But listen, let's keep it real, man. Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben rematch. Ring walk of the absolute century. 50 Cent walked to the ring with Eubank Jr. Not only did he walk with him and they both was a firm minx, he had the microphone and he gave him the show. He gave him Many Men, Wankster, and I'll Whoop Your Head Boy. And I was like, whoa. Didn't see that coming. Pause. You know, didn't know 50 was in the UK. We spoke about it. Sensational ring walk. Average fight. Sensational ring walk. Amazing event in Tottenham. Yeah. It led to 50 being in the UK for quite a few days. Dropped a song as well with Chef G and whatnot. Sleepy Hollow, about the fighting stuff that he's got coming up. It was called Fightland, and then he posted like a show or some sort of filming that he was doing for Fightland in the UK. It's an interesting one, man. 50. I said, yeah, on the episode that back in the day, right? So let's just give you some context on why I'm so passionate with music, yeah. My dad had a huge vinyl collection, and my mum and that used to say that the only time that I was quiet and well behaved is when I would go to like the living room and like get the headphones and turn the music on. You know what I'm trying to say? Like there's pictures of me, like that was the time when I was quiet and I just loved the music, and it's like it ran in the family, innit? My dad used to have a mad collection of like Motown, ska, reggae, rare groove, even like just like soul music as well. You understand me? Like the old school joints and that, you know. And I'd hear these musics in my house on the Sunday and most days and whatnot, and I really liked music as a whole. And I went through my own journey being a London youth of liking, you know, drum and bass and jungle, UK garage, bits of soulful house and whatnot. And I started out as a DJ before I ever rapped or ever picked up a microphone. And for a long time, my biggest like hobby was DJing, but it wasn't just DJing. It was like, I used to love discovering music and being like someone that I consider myself to be a bit of a tastemaker and have an A&R ear, where like I could go to a record shop, flick through the records, build a rapport with the brother that works there, and be like, yo, what you got for me? Because you know what I'm into, and go through the, you know, you could listen to the records. For the youths, you don't know, yeah, but you can listen to the records in the record shop. You stand there listening to the records, and then you decide which ones you want to buy because they were quite expensive. You couldn't just always, you know what I mean, like buy everything basically. Now, one time I go to the record shop. I was a hip hop DJ, and I had like records from garage and that. Grime didn't exist yet, but there was a bit of a rude boy thing going on in jungle and that. And there was a bit of a rude boy thing going on in garage slyly, you know, God's gift and the man and that was coming through, and Bushkin and Mighty Mo and all that. And then this was before Dizzy popped up. And then, so I used to write rhymes, but I used to want to be a rapper, but there wasn't really the English rapping thing there. We had like Black Twang and stuff like that and MCD and all these, but I just didn't really gravitate to that. I used to DJ American hip hop and then kind of spit jungle and garage and that, yeah. So anyway, one time I go to the record shop and I find a white label. It's like a test press, which for the youth, a test press means that it's not officially out. It's like a sample. It's to get it out there, see if there's a reaction, see if anyone picks it up and whatnot. So it's probably limited press as well. And it was 50 Cent, How to Rob a Rapper. This might be like 99, I believe, around there. It had like a Stretch Armstrong or a doo-wop freestyle on it as well, which was a mixtape freestyle. And I hear this, and I hear it, and I'm like, yo, the ass is that? This sound good. This sound like some real shit. You know what I mean? Respectfully. And I'm like, all right, I'll take that. And I used to run around to the man them who I par with and that, and be like, yo, fam, this rapper 50 Cent. And they'd be like, well, $1. Like, are you? What's he look like? What's he look like? Don't know. It's a white label. There's no art. There's no sleeve to the thing. At the time, Jay-Z was massive. Pause. Your boy Nas was big in the game. Pause. You had many others like Dre and Eminem and whatnot at the time and whatnot. Quite a few, actually, to be honest with you. Ja Rule was big as well. It's funny because, you know what I mean, whatever. That was brewing at the time. But yeah, long story short, for me, in that interview I just done, where we spoke about the ring walk with 50 Cent, I said to Gully and Ayers, you know my thing, bro, 50, for me, is my favourite rapper of all time. Nas, it fluctuates between them two. And then obviously Hove gets in the mix for me. My top 5 changes a lot, but, you know, them 3 are always in my top 5. And then my other placements kind of shift between like Biggie, Tupac and DMX. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing. If I interviewed 50, or when I interviewed 50, and when I interview Nas, they're bucket list for me. That's my bucket list ticked off. But, you get me? Huge 50 Cent fan. Like, you know, I've had opportunities where them have reached out to man and said, yo, like 50 Cent's in London. He's doing a private dinner in you know, the Somali man, and we got the Somali man them in the restaurant in the village. They're charging, you know, like big paper, like 3 to 5 bills to go to the dinner because it's very limited and personal. And they've said to me, you know what I mean? I've got you. You get me? You can go. It's cool. And I've said, yo, I can't do it, man. And they're like, well, come on, bro, man. What? That's your guy, Fifth. I'm like, you know what it is, bro? I'm such a fan of 50 and I studied the catalogue and I know the story so well and every track so well that if I go there and salute him and the convo is very brief and then I ask for a picture and then he just hits me with the in front of the banner and then I see every other person, might hurt my soul, man. Call it ego if you want, whatever you want to call it. Call it that. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna opt out of that. Tony Yayo and Who Kid and that follow me on social, on Twitter and all that. I met Lloyd Banks recently and chopped it up with him, VIP and Bricks. Shout out Gully and the man there at the plug. And I feel like diverse mentality, Quake, that's my peoples. I know you've seen his 50 Cent documentaries and Who Really Won. He's a 50 fan like I am as well. He studied that and he's got all of the ex-G-Unit people doing interviews at the moment, like Shy Money XL and Hot Rod and that. So it's only a matter of time before I bump into big homie. And when I do, hopefully it goes well. You know what I'm trying to say? And then anyway, I digress. So I'm telling people in my hood, 50 is the guy, bro. 50 is the guy, man. This guy, bro, it's the way he spits, man. It's different. And then when I finally see what he looks like, I'm like, oh shit. Like he looks like how he sounds, you know what I'm trying to say? Now, he actually goes on to do a tape called 50 Cent is the Future, which I'm telling people, funny enough, before, like, this guy is coming, bro. He's coming. He's going to be big in the game. Big in the Ross Clock game. You get me? He's cold with it. Now, Get Rich or Die Tryin is his debut album, which we're reviewing today on Discograhy Talk as the classic of the week of the episode, right? On the Rewind Selector. Now, for me, I'm just going to say it, man. Get Rich or Die Tryin, for me, might be the best ever hip-hop album of all time in complete body of work. Now, don't come for me. Yeah, let me land. Let me land, yeah? Brother, I know. Nas, Illmatic, super classic body of work, one of the best ever. I agree. Yeah? I agree. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, one of the best ever hip-hop albums of all time. I agree. There's some DMX ones. There's The Blueprint. There's, you know what I mean? There's a lot. For the old heads, there's others. You know what I mean? Like classics and stuff. But you know what? When it comes to street rap and real hip hop and that, yeah, and people coming from, you know, the realness and then dropping an album, there's loads of people that do that, right? Like you got the Cormega, the Truth and the Realness and whatnot. You got Mobb Deep that have got like super classics and that. You've got your Jay-Z's and your Big L's and your Fat Joe's, you know what I mean? The Locks and whatnot, Styles P. But it's like when I actually think about body of work, like a whole album, the things that I consider to make something a classic, right, is, you know, how many songs you have to skip a lot of the time, right? The artwork, was it historic artwork? Was the production on the beats, was they the shit? Was they cold all the way through? You know, was there singles off the album that transcended into people that wouldn't buy the album. Was the record sales there? Was the numbers there as well? Was the rhymes 10-10? Was the hooks cold? Did they rush any of these songs to get it out? You know, did they put too many songs on the album or not enough? There's a lot of things that there's a lot of frequencies that have to align. There's a lot of criteria that have to align for it to be a classic body of work. Get Rich or Die Tryin', for me, album cover, prolific. Yeah? Production, absolutely extraordinary. Dr. Dre, Eminem, a bit of Shy Money XL, Red Spider and all that. How many songs on there? 19 including the bonuses, yeah? Too many? No. Perfect. Album sales, phenomenal. Big seller. Big seller. Singles. Okay. Let's talk about it. 21 Questions with Nate Dogg. Great single. For the girl and the man them. PIMP, big single. Probably my personal worst track on the whole album. It's one of the 50 Cent songs that I never actually liked, funny enough. As a big fan. You know. Street single, What Up Gangster. That one there, even in the parties when they dropped that one. What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangster? We don't play that. You know, that set the album tone for me. Many Men, Wish Death. Probably it's gone on to live and age very well and be one of them songs that like even the youth them love, who weren't around for that era, and remix and remake and all that. Phenomenal street single. Probably one of the best street singles as well out of hip hop that you could select, that actually touched the streets and, you know what I mean, sat on an album and aged beautifully. In the Club, probably arguably the biggest single of all time from 50 Cent. So perfect. Dr. Dre production, like Irv Gotti said, strap up, we are in big trouble, because he heard the beat, dun dun tch, tch, dun dun dun. Then you can find me in the club, bottle full. Synergy. That makes sense. Now, for him to turn it to a birthday song, that's my birthday song every year with the champagne. What are we talking about, man? Come on, bro. Are you mad? Big tune. So he did it. You got Heat on there, where the whole song's a gun sound reloading and cocking and that. I ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? You got High All the Time. You got Back Down, big Ja Rule diss track, one of the big diss tracks, man. You got Don't Push Me featuring Lloyd Banks and Eminem. You got Patiently Waiting, which is an absolute serious rap tune with him and Eminem. Big track. You got bonuses on there. Wankster, You Not Like Me, Life's on the Line. Anthems. Now, where does that lead me? That leads me to rewind again as the 50 Cent kind of connoisseur fan that I am, pause. Let's go back, because when I heard that record and I copped the record, I was on the lookout for 50 Cent tunes all the time after that. Like, where's this guy, man? Like, you didn't have a situation at that point. There's no internet. You can't just get music out there to distribute it. You have to have a label or a deal or something. Now, I come across a CD. I had it on vinyl actually first. I'm trying to remember vinyl. Yeah, white cover, black silhouette with the blicky and the chain with the cross. It's called Guess Who's Back. Now, 50 had a situation before the Eminem deal with Columbia Records. Trackmasters, the producers, Toke and Pone, that I personally believe up to this day are some of the best hip hop producers of all time. They've got that two-step, you know, that Biggie type bad boy two-step and that. I think Steve Stout's responsible for a lot of the Queens people in that era of being on Columbia. Like, there was me and Capone from CNN just done the episode, of interview, and Capone was in jail and missed out the Nori Nas 50 link up on Columbia through that, and we spoke about that, so go check that out. Now, that CD was mad, because part of the CD, 50 Cent's voice, he's spitting faster and more East Coastish. Then allegedly he gets clipped up during the making of this album. I know, obviously we know it got clipped up, like shot 9 times, but allegedly it's during the making of this album or this situation, and that was never officially a release because he got dropped after getting hit up and whatnot. Now, there's moments on there freestyling. Then there's moments on there where you can hear that the 50 that's gonna come in the future with the hooks and the waviness. You know, you's a bougie bitch. You know what I mean? Get out the club, bitch, and you be on this boozy shit, trying to shit, yeah. You know what I mean? Now there's a track on there called "Uff You." I don't give a uff who you are. So, and he's addressing the street-ish. Clark Kent produced it, but it sounded like a Premiere beat, like a Primo beat. But Clark Kent, legend, R.I.P. So I don't give a uff who you are. And he says, you know, they asking 50 who shot ya. Was it Preem? No, or Tata. But street shit should stay in the streets. And he was on that comeback. Like, I've been hit up, I survived it. I'm back. Heavy rotation. Getting the freestyles on Doo-Wop, Stretch Armstrong, the Clue tapes and that. And at the time, that album, I scratched it, I played it so much. Like songs like Life's on the Line comes from there. NYPD, LAPD, that's your mother. And Click. Do you know what I mean? Wankster wasn't on that one though. You Not Like Me comes from there. But then listen, as a big Nas and 50 fan, because like I say, it goes like that with them two. I think Nas is lyrically the best in the game. I think 50's the full package, pause. For me, for my era maybe it just connected with me. Now, who you rep with? 50 featuring the Bravehearts, Jungle, Nature, Nas. You know what I mean? I got a bitch named Nina. Sent 2 man to a law after they seen her. Whoo! Crazy. You know, 50 had bars on that album. Some rapping, you know what I'm saying? He was going in, man. Even the little outros on the songs. Coke price just went up. What you want? Ain't no free, ain't nothing free, ain't no freestyle free. They just ran into the buildings. The coke price just went up last week. You know what I mean? That corner bodega. Even the Nature song on there was cold verse. But anyway, 50 Cent, man. That's my favourite 50 Cent album. Guess Who's Back? One thing that I want to reflect on as well. Like, you had God's Plan, you had 50 Cent's The Future, Automatic Fire and whatnot. But then when I reflected on it before doing this just now, because it's quite hard to pick my favourite 50 songs, yeah, I started realising that some of the 50 songs that I do rank highly as well actually came from The Massacre. So The Massacre, I want to just say it has aged really well, man. And it's like, just imagine how big The Massacre could have been if he didn't give up like West Side Story, Hate It or Love It to The Game and stuff like that. Because that was the time when The Game was taking the hooks and the beats and whatnot. So even without them, it's still, for me, coming off the back of like Get Rich or Die Tryin' and then pushing Beg for Mercy instead of going into his second album, that's generous. And that's because I know the label would have preferred a 50 album. And then the Get Rich or Die Tryin' movie soundtrack that a lot of people forget came in between that, right? The film Get Rich or Die Tryin' dropped. And that Get Rich or Die Tryin' soundtrack, yeah, is one of 50's best albums. Let's have it right. Hustler's Ambition, Window Shopper, I'll Whoop Your Head. The features on there, it's like a collaboration album of the whole of G-Unit. Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, M.O.P. was with them at the time, Mobb Deep, like Let's Party and that. What an album, man. Murder Mace. Even there's like Lloyd Banks songs on there that are just crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like proper hard. So all that music that came out, and he still managed to deliver The Massacre after giving up some records. And it was an amazing body of work, man. So when I reflected on it today, like Out of Control, do you know what I mean? Like just a little bit. Guns come out. Position of Power. God Gave Me Style. Rider Music. I'm Supposed to Die Tonight, In My Hood. You know, Candy Shop was on there. Again, I'm not into those kind of records too much. But Rider Music, just a little bit. Just a little bit. All it need is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. crazy. God Gave Me Style is amazing as well. There's so many good records on there, man. I don't need them. Now listen, I'm going to wrap it up there because you know my thing. I've got to save my 50 Cent history and knowledge for when I interview Big Homie over there. You see him right there. That's a classic source. You know he don't mess with them no more, so that's old school. But yeah, man. Subscribe, like, get in the comments. Get in the comments and let me know your favourite 50 Cent album and songs of all time. Let me know now. Let me know if I should keep doing this show. Let me invest in it a bit more and get it up. Go check out the last episode, the Industry Reset Gatekeepers episode. Go check out my interview with CNN, Capone. And I've got an interview with Smart Guy coming up next. And Sean Bigger. So let's get it, man. Bow.